Look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
In Fairfield County, something new comes across my desk every day. Crimes are committed, cases are solved, and a community is made safe by the hardworking employees of the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office.
Welcome to This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan, a weekly program here on LSN Television. We're also carried by a number of the radio affiliates in Lancaster. Do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week. This program is actually taped at Fairfield Christian Academy. The students help throughout the years, throughout the school year, and JT Burcham comes in here, one of the teachers here at the school, to kind of pitch it during the summer, and does a terrific job. Our executive producer, Kelly Roberts, behind the scene, takes care of lining the guests up, the questions, and does a variety of different things to get this program on the air. Back by popular demand is Chief Don McDaniel, Lancaster Police Chief, and great to have you back.
Great being back. Thank you, Sheriff.
Yeah, we had a great program last week, talked a lot about some of the technology and different things going on. And this week, Chief, I'd like to talk about all the different programs that you have within the Lancaster Police Department. And I was actually surprised when we started listing these, how many different programs you have that kind of reaches out to the community.
Yes, over the years we've developed some really good programs, and that is all about outreach to the community. We could go through them one by one, or...
Well, first of all, let's talk about the latest one. I just saw some information on it. You have something that you call a safe zone.
Right. We, in coordination with the city, the Safety Director's Office, and City Council, we started discussions here a few weeks ago about the possibility of implementing a safe zone. And what that really is an area where someone can come after making an internet transaction of some type. They purchase something on Craigslist or eBay, and it's a local purchase, but yet they don't know the person, and they're somewhat intimidated by the thought that they might have to meet someone at a residence or in some unknown location. We provided a safe zone just outside of the Lancaster Police Department headquarters between City Hall and LPD. Anyone familiar with the location would know we've got a kind of a courtyard area just outside the building. There's a picnic table there, and there's an open area, and our flag is out there. This allows that transaction to take place in the open, public spot near the police department, and that will be videotaped during the interaction. So the goal is for someone to feel safe during that transaction.
Boy, that is just a terrific idea. And I think, as we've seen in recent years, there has been people that, we've had homicides and all types of different things where people have said, meet me out in the country someplace or on a road somewhere.
Absolutely, and this is an effort to, these transactions are going to happen. And people have found that they can get good deals, and this allows that to happen in a safe area where help is nearby, but also video documentation of the interaction takes place.
Yeah, I think, just to carry that one step further, when people are meeting each other on the internet for dates and those things, how cautious they really need to be in today's environment.
Yes.
I had a call, it's been probably about 3 weeks ago, from a lady and her daughter. Her daughter was an adult, but she was going to meet some guy for the first time. They'd been corresponding, and they met somewhere, and she hadn't gotten home when she was supposed to have been home.
Right.
And she was panicking. She was very scared, and she didn't know what was going on, and she had tried to call her daughter. It was going to voicemail. So she wanted to know kind of what to do. So I told her, let's hold off till a certain time. If she doesn't come home, then call me, and we'll go ahead and get the police department, local police department where this happened, involved. But fortunately, she came home. But lesson learned. Yeah.
Absolutely, and you know, in that, although I mentioned internet sales and transactions, certainly it could be a meeting of two people at that safe zone, and it would be videotaped and documented. So, you know, I could see someone meeting there for that purpose.
Yeah. So it would be available for
Right.
that. Just let's talk and sit on the picnic table.
Absolutely.
The other program is, and it's been in place probably, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 years, the drug drop-off box?
I think it's about 3 years, but yes, it's a program in conjunction with Prevention Works of Fairfield County and the Opiate Task Force and some other interested parties, the Fairfield Medical Center and others. We were asked to place a drug drop-off box in our lobby. The box was provided by Prevention Works through a grant program, and we were able to put the box in the lobby and collect people's unused medications, including narcotics and other types of medications that may have sat around and at some point been misused by others.
Now, is there a lot of things placed in the box on any given week or month? Or
In 2014, for instance, we got approximately 300 pounds of medications.
That's a lot.
We get a lot of things
Surprise.
in.
Wow.
Yeah, and we then inventory that and then dispose of it properly.
Yeah. Is there any apprehension when people come in that they're kind of nervous about, or is this mostly medicine cabinet medication that they want to get rid of?
I think it's mostly medication they want to get rid of. There's some times when people may be a little apprehensive, but we want to encourage them that it is an anonymous drop-off. They can walk in, they can drop that medication in the box, no questions asked, and then we know it's safe and it's out of the hands of someone who might misuse it.
Is there anything else they can drop in the box other than medication?
You know, there's a list on the box about that type of thing, but we discourage liquids and then sharps because, you know,
Yeah.
our people are interacting with that box. They're pulling things
Needles
out.
and stuff like that.
Right. They can be disposed of, you know, through a doctor's office or through other means, but no, we pretty much will take any type of medication as long as it meets the proper criteria and doesn't put people at risk.
Now, one of the other things that you've done in Lancaster is you have areas where you have neighborhood, like block watches, right?
Yes, we have at least 4 active block watches. A couple that come to mind real quick is Utica Block Watch, which is the south end of Lancaster.
Okay.
It's would be Mount Ida Avenue, South Broad Street, 2nd, 3rd, 4th Street, the old Utica Elementary School area,
Okay.
and then even stretching over to the Talmadge School area, all the way to Boving Road. It is an active block watch. They clean the neighborhood. They walk the neighborhood. They'll have other picnics and other events, and they literally they have a website. They keep people involved, and they're watching out for each other.
Well, that's pretty good. They're doing all those things.
They do a lot of good things. In the West Side Block Watch, which is the Harrison, Washington, that area, off Fair Avenue and in the general West Side area, they have an active block watch doing much of the same thing. They even hold a festival at the fairgrounds to raise money,
They sure do.
and they do a nice job involving the community.
Yeah, and I was surprised at how well when that was started, I was thinking, I don't know how well this is going to go over. We got the fair, we got a lot of events there, but I've been really surprised at how well that has gone.
And I heard recently this year's festival was a huge success, and
It looked like when I drove by.
they're planning on doing it again. And then the most recent block watch is the River Valley Highlands Block Watch. They do a few things a little differently, but yet I think it's good in a way. They've adopted an app called Neighborhood. It's a Facebook type app, and people in the neighborhood can register for this app, and then they share information from babysitting ideas to walking to school to get-togethers in the neighborhood, or maybe some vandalism or reports of incidents that may have occurred. But it's a way of communicating quickly.
And what's the boundaries of that, Chief?
It is the River Valley Highlands subdivision,
Okay.
including the new Tarhee Trails Elementary School.
Okay. Well, that's the largest, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's probably the largest housing development in Lancaster.
It is, and
It
it's
continues to grow.
yeah. They're still building, and the new school is opening this week actually, and a lot of activity up there. So there's a lot of active parents and grandparents in the neighborhood and watching out for their kids. The block watch is just a way of communicating together and working with the Lancaster Police Department.
So if there was someone out here today listening to the program or watching the program on LSN, what would you how do they go about getting a block watch started in their neighborhood?
We actually have a community services unit. Sergeant Peters is in charge of that unit. If they contact Sergeant Peters, we have a program to reach out to anyone who's interested in a block watch. We'll help them organize and give them some ideas on how to proceed.
Well, it's a great program, but we've got so many to go through here. The Citizens Police Academy, that's been around for a long time?
Yes, I think we're probably in our 8th year or so, maybe 9.
Yeah, it's been around a long time.
We have a program. It's a 10-week program. It runs on Thursday evenings from 6 to 9 p.m. And the reason I mention that is we actually have a few openings for upcoming class, which begins September 3rd.
Wow.
So this program allows a citizen to come in and essentially get a introduction or an overview of what the Lancaster Police Department does, how we operate a little bit, what we try to do, and they can get an overview on how to do how an officer does a traffic stop, how we investigate criminal activity. They can get exposed to gun safety, how our SRT, our Special Response Team, works, how the prosecutor comes in and does a presentation on prosecution of misdemeanors, and the Major Crimes Unit comes in and puts on a presentation about drug activity and drug investigations. So there's a lot of things going on in that 10-week period. I would mention that we don't have class during Fair Week, so people can attend the fair. But other than that, it's 10 weeks beginning September 3rd, and Sergeant Peters has applications for that, or our website has applications for that program.
So just go on Lancaster website or get a hold of Sergeant Peters and
Yes,
get signed up?
Absolutely.
How many is in a class?
We try to have about 20, and I think that he has 13 or 14 in the class coming up.
Boy, what a great opportunity. Once they get through the class, are they still involved then with the police department?
Absolutely. We have an alumni association, and for instance, after you complete the academy, you can choose to join the alumni. What they do is help us in so many ways. They'll help with special events. They do a lot of other activities. If we have a promotional, like we did recently, we had some promotions take place. They came down and handled the reception for the promotion. But they countless hours of volunteer time with the Lancaster Police Department. If we have a missing person, they have been known to come out and help search for missing person.
Oh, great.
So they're heavily involved in some manpower intensive things where we just don't have enough staff to do it, and they come and help us.
Yeah, very similar in many aspects to the way we do our community watch program.
Very similar.
And I got some good ideas. We do the same thing. We have so many hours of training before that starts. But I kind of like some of the speakers you had come in, and I think I'm going to steal some of those ideas.
Feel free to.
Feel free to. Hey, we're down to just about the last minute. I want to, first of all, again, congratulate you, on achievement of becoming the chief of police here in Lancaster. And we're just so encouraged and look forward to working with you. And I think we're going to continue to see great things from the Lancaster Police Department.
Well, thank you, Sheriff, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Chief Don McDaniel, the Chief of Police here in Lancaster, joining us for the last couple of weeks. We're going to have you back, Chief, in the months to come as things
Absolutely.
develop. Or if there's any big event, we want to get you here, letting the community know about it. Well, we're just about out of time, and I do appreciate, again, Fairfield Christian Academy that puts this program together, our executive producer, Kelly Roberts, and you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week. And certainly all the nice comments that we get about this program, it's very much appreciated. Well, the clock on the wall says we're just about out of time. Until next week, same time, same place. If you're out there driving, buckle up, God bless, and we'll see you right here.
Gosh, Darlene, it sure is amazing how much we have in common.
I know, Larry. We both love three-car pileups. We both were built in Buffalo.
And we both know wearing safety belts help save thousands of lives.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
Don't mind Vince. He's getting over a bad breakup.
I know. Janet's picking up the pieces, too.
They're in here.
I wish they understood it's all worth it to get people to buckle up.
Hey, lacerated lovebirds, I sense a major crush.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Talk about head over heels.